Hello, my beautiful friends. This is going to be, I don't want this reading to be as long as my loved ones, but I really felt called to come in and come on and do a reading for my light workers. So, any of you that feel you're destined to be a light worker, any of you that are pursuing being a light worker, focusing on your soul's path, your soul's mission. I have a few decks I want to get. The first one is Work Your Light Oracle, which I did use on the last one, I believe. And I was going to use the Starseed deck, but I think I'll wait until the next time I do a reading. I chose the Priestess of Light Oracle. And I'm also using another deck, the Sacred Creators Oracle. So we're going to get 3 decks. And this is going to see what you need to hear from your guides, what you need to hear from the universe about you as a light worker, what you can be focusing on. I'm hoping that if this message found you, it found you for a reason. That's what I'm manifesting. And like I said, I felt called for the past 2 days to come do a reading like this. So I do feel like there's a message that needs to get out. Anyway. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is, or whatever time it is where you are. It's like 1 o'clock for me here, and it's snowing. It's beautiful out. So we do have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So right now you could be needing to remove anything that is no longer aligned with you, and that can also mean, unfortunately, people. It can mean thought patterns. It can mean your ego. It can mean an old job. Some of those things keep us weighed down. I'm seeing like why am I seeing that? I'm seeing like a big, I've never seen, the big parade in, where is it? Is it New York? Do they do a big parade in New York, or is that just in the movies? I don't know. Everything's an illusion. Anyway, I'm seeing like a big float that, wants to fly away into the sky, but it's being held down by all of these people, keeping it grounded. So it could be that there's some things in your life keeping you weighed down, whether that's, friendships, family. Again, it could be jobs, thought patterns, anything that's not aligned needs to be shed, Anyway, do I want to read that? I feel like I read that in our last... Well, I just opened up to the page, so maybe we do want to read it, Spirit says. Because I just opened the book right open to it. What in your life is no longer in alignment with who you truly are? We are cyclic, whatever, beings in a constant state of change, of evolution and growth. Change is one of the only certainties of life. When you resist your cyclic nature, you resist life and feel stuck. Many of us have learned to be who the world wants us to be, but there comes a time when it is harder to hold on to this facade than it is to embrace who we truly are, to surrender to how we have changed and align life to that way of being. If you pulled this card, you are being called to let go of who you once were, or the things you once defined yourself by, the job, the relationship, and the mask you wore, and to embrace who you truly are now, to courageously step into the person that you came here to be in full authenticity, to embrace your weirdness. Yeah, embrace your weirdness. Be weird. And your uniqueness. Perhaps you have outgrown some relationships or circumstances, and it is time to reassess and bring all parts of your life into alignment so that they are congruent with who you truly are today. So, what is not aligned that needs to change? Interesting. This is reminding me of this whole little thing about letting go of who you once were, and the mask you wore, and embracing who you truly are is reminding me of how my whole awakening started. Is I realized I found out that I had ADHD. I had been misdiagnosed with like OCD and anxiety my entire life. And I was put on medication for anxiety and OCD, and it wasn't helping, and it actually made me worse. And then when I think I was 35, I found out that I had ADHD. And when I started, when I went to the doctor about having ADHD, I was then flagged for being autistic. So then I started researching what it means to be autistic. And there was a whole movement going on called Unmasking Autism. And it was, a bunch of people who had been misdiagnosed, who were learning how to unmask all of those things that we were told were too much. Or anyway, it was a whole thing. And that's how my spiritual awakening started. I started unmasking and embracing my autistic side, not my artistic side, my autistic side. And it completely changed my life. And I started living from a more authentic place. If you could see and hear how I talk now, how goofy I am, I was not that person when I was 35. You would not even recognize me. So for some of you, maybe you resonate with being neurodivergent. Maybe you're someone who's been used to hiding who you are. You could be someone who was, because of social pressures, maybe you always mirrored other people. Maybe you always masked the things you like to do. Maybe there's behaviors that you masked. It's really important to be your true authentic self. And I cannot stress that enough as someone who's trying to live a more authentic existence. I wasted way too much time living in a shell. And when you are your authentic self, you attract in the people that are meant for you. Anyway, and especially if you're someone like, this is for light workers. I always say this, it's so important to be your authentic self in whatever you are creating. By pretending to be someone else or imitating someone else, you're not going to attract your soul tribe. You're not going to attract the collective or the people you're meant to be attracting because you're just wearing a mask, Authenticity is priceless. Authenticity is contagious. When you see someone being their true authentic self, it strikes a chord within you that you'd love to be your true authentic self. It's almost like, how they say a smile is contagious? Authenticity, to me, is contagious. And I remember I used to look at people who are being themselves and I'd think, I wish I could be myself. Like, I don't feel like anybody knows me. Anyway, embrace your authenticity. There's only one you, and you only have, as I think it's Esoterra that calls it a meat suit. You only have one lifetime in this meat suit, so make it count. Anyway, there we go. Let's keep going. So we're just going to get a few of these cards. We have Starseed. I should have gotten the Starseed deck. You know what? I feel like that is interesting. I feel like this is how I read, so just bear with me. But I said I almost got the Starseed deck, so I do feel like I have to read this card, so I'm just going to leave it out. Starseed, what lights you up? So figuring out what lights you up inside, what makes you the happiest, what makes you feel fulfilled, where do you lose time? If you are, and I always say this, if you are losing sense of time and your programmed brain is not like, I wonder what time it is, I have to check the time, I have to do blah, 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 time. I used to be someone who was so obsessed with knowing what time it was. That's programming, in my opinion. So whenever you lose track of time, that's when your soul is truly happy. So figure out what makes you lose time, you know? For me, it's definitely tarot. That's why I sit here and I do readings that are an hour and a half. And then after I'm done, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so long. Because I completely lose time, sense of time when I'm doing it. For some people, that's cooking. I wish that was me. It's not me. I envy the people. I envy the people who love cooking. Can you just give me a little bit of that, please? Because I do not like it. All right, so we have pillar of light on the bottom. So you could be meant to be a pillar of light to someone. Somebody left a beautiful comment about how, like me, they're self-conscious of their voice. And again, I said to them, share that voice, because somewhere out there is a soul waiting to hear the sound of your voice. You're going to connect with them on a soul level by speaking your true authentic voice. You're going to help people. You're going to heal people. Anyway. I get so passionate. Where is the starseed? Oh, I'm supposed to be using the table of contents. I'm being bad here. I'm being bad right now. I've already learned my lesson. I am not supposed to be flipping through books like that. I'm supposed to be using the table of contents because it takes me right where I need to be. Starseeds are souls with a double mission: to raise their own consciousness and the consciousness of the planet. They are old souls who have incarnated elsewhere beyond this planet. So you could be someone who's always told, you're such an old soul. I was always told I was an old soul. Many starseeds arrive with a feeling that time is running out and there is something they came here to do or create or contribute. If you pulled this card, it is to confirm that you are a starseed and you are being encouraged to answer the call, to follow what lights you up. And I have goosebumps like on my legs and my arms right now. Once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And you know what? If you're someone who's already awakened, that alignment card, you could find that you're growing out of some of your connections, out of some of your surface level connections, especially if, you know, like you have a friend that's unawakened and you're unawakened, or you are awakened. All of a sudden, you two don't see things the same way, you know? Anyway. Where was I? I interrupted myself. So once awake, most starseed souls find it hard to have meaningless conversations, jobs, and relationships. They innately know there is much more to life and they feel there's something more to get to work. They remain restless until they step into their calling, which is to light up the world with their unique presence. Yeah! Starseeds, unite! We could be like the Care Bears. Starseeds are scattered all over the planet, in hospitals and schools, in slums and mansions, on stages and in edit suites, in parks and nightclubs, in taxis and theme parks. Many starseeds spend their lives trying to fit in, and I was just talking about how autistic people, which, you know, I'm not going to go ahead and say that autism doesn't exist. I'm not going to say that. But I think a lot of people who resonate with being spiritual and starseed can sometimes resonate with the feeling, can identify as autistic. Anyway. So many starseeds spend parts of their lives trying to fit in or in some sort of form of spiritual closet. If you are dimming your light to fit in, it's time that you stop and start embracing the unique light that you came here to share and treat your time on earth like a glorious vacation. And I don't know why, but I feel like crying right now. Like, again, being your authentic self. You only have one life in this body. So why not make it a good one and be yourself? And again, your light, your uniqueness will inspire others to do the same, just energetically, you know? Anyway, my starseeds, I love you. Ah. So let's actually shuffle out a card now. So what do you need to hear from your guides, my little light worker? We have share your voice. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Table of contents. Learning my lessons. Table of contents. Share your voice, 76. I love it. I love it. It's so good. You are being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of expression. We each hold a truth deep within us that longs to be expressed. Sculpted for lifetimes, the voice of your soul is like no other. And what was I saying? Someone out there is waiting to hear the sound of your voice because it'll speak to their soul. The voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it the wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, I have chills again. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of you home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound currently on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silenced or held back, chanting or singing could be truly life-changing for you. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak, the clearer it gets. And also, for those of you who are scared, the more you speak, the easier it gets. The more you listen to the sound of your own voice, if you hate it, the more you start to accept the sound of your own voice, you know? There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, and share your voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize. I have chills everywhere. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. So I'm actually going to grab... I'm going to grab the Starseed book, deck, whatever, because that card came out so strongly, that Starseed card. So let's see what you need to hear from the Starseed deck. I love it. We have Star Family. Finding your Star Family by sharing your voice. It's interesting because right now my third eye is kind of hurting a little. So you could be, you know, something to do with the third eye chakra. You could be ignoring some intuitive downloads you're getting, maybe. I don't know. All right, so I'm just going to cut the deck and then we'll see where we go. We have Hirith, I don't know how to say that. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. So I am going to read that. Table of contents. See, I'm learning my lesson. $74. Hirath, I don't know how to say that, is a Welsh word that's difficult to translate and to say for some of us. But it refers to a certain longing or homesickness, a yearning for a home or place that for which we cannot return. This unexplainable, unshakable longing for home is common in starseeds and old souls. Perhaps you've had it since birth. Do you know what? My parents used to look at me like I was an insane person. I can remember being like 10 or 11 and telling my parents, this doesn't feel like home. I don't feel like I'm at home. Why doesn't this feel like home? What should home feel like? And they looked at me like I was nuts. And now I know why. For some, it's a distant memory of a planet, galaxy, or star system in the universe that their soul remembers and yearns to return to, a place they may have experienced more than Earth. For others, it's a longing for the unity of Source, a remembering of interconnected oneness. This yearning can lead some starseeds to travel, searching all corners of the planet to find a physical place that feels more like home. For others, it can manifest as a need to find home in people, communities, and relationships, a journey to find somewhere they truly belong. If you resonate with this yearning for home but don't really know where your home is, you're being invited to remember that your soul chose to be on Earth. You're being called to fully commit to embodying your life. You're being reassured that you didn't come here alone and that your soul consciously decided to experience what it's like to be a soul in a human body on this planet at this time. You're being called to anchor all of your presence, your personality, your soul, and your spirit in the here and now, to commit to living this life right now, to commit to putting 2 feet completely in. All right, so let's see what you need to hear. Well, hey, that's interesting. We have Star Family. And I think that was one of the only cards I mentioned when I was shuffling. We also have a new Earth. So Star Family, how interesting. Star Family 108. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. At some stage, we were each a part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Those who are part of your soul cluster are part of your star family. Your star family are those souls who are cut from similar cosmic cloth. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were once actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know and remember them from the moment you meet. They feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time both passes quickly and stretches when you're with them. You feel more yourself with them than with anyone else. It can sometimes feel like looking in a mirror because in a way you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family, instinctively knowing it's a part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you've known them. A certain soul mourning or a soul breaking occurs. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is part of your star family? If this card comes up, it's likely that you've met someone who is part of your star family or you're about to. Very interesting. So you could be about to meet someone from your star family. You might have already met someone. And it's interesting because for some of you, you may resonate with counterparts. I was hearing that you could be feeling that way about a counterpart, but take it as it resonates. And we have lost lands, souls, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. $90. The world is far more ancient than our documented history suggests. As souls, many of us have experienced ancient eras on this planet that were much more advanced than ours today. As we begin to remember these times, the rememberings and gifts can come flooding back. At this stage in Earth's timeline, we need the wisdom of the ancients to survive as a species. You're being called to connect with the lost wisdom of your own soul. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life, but feel unprepared, this card is calling you to consider that you've done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps the intuitive hits and ideas you're receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. Some think that lost lands exist in the past. Others believe they exist today. In a different dimension, I believe these ancient lands also exist in the souls of those who experience them. If this card comes to you, perhaps the wisdom of lost lands such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon exists within you. And through surrendering to the intelligence of your soul, you can unlock the seeds of these ancient lands so we can all learn from our mistakes and usher in a new age. And we have a new earth on the bottom, so you could be part of the new earth. So let me I'm going to read that one too, because why not? Why not? I have to find it first. 30. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you're facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds, dream them into existence. Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat. It requires extreme trust and a radical vision. If you pull this card, it's a reminder to have faith. You chose to be here, to be part of this global shift. Whether you're bringing it about through prayer and meditation, or through working on a new project, job, or creation, keep going. It's happening. Don't give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing, ushering in a new age in times of change never is. You're being encouraged to remember that what you've been working towards for so long is almost here. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dig your devotion deep. For if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've so carefully planted and nurtured grow and bloom. It's possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. I love it. I don't know why, but I'm seeing I'm seeing all like light workers and starseeds. I'm seeing the movie Horton Hears a Who. And I'm seeing where they're all like, yell louder, we are here, we are here. That's what I'm seeing. Anyway. So let me make sure that's straight. And I did promise to get one from the Priestess of Light, so I am going to keep that promise. So let's see what you need to hear out of this deck. We have grateful optimism, so feeling optimistic about the future, very important. We have opening heart. So I'll probably just get two from this deck. Healing the heart, the power of self-love. And then I instantly heard Celine Dion singing The Power of Love. Was it Celine Dion who sang that? I feel like it was. I also saw loss and lack. So you could have a fear of loss, or maybe you recently lost something or someone. So I'm not going to get the bottom of the deck for this one for whatever reason. I'm being told not to. Very random. But we are going to shuffle two out. So let's see what you need to hear from the Priestess of Light. We have wisdom. Oh, we have 2 swans on that. And 29 equals 11. So for some of you, maybe you resonate with being counterparts. And we have friendship, 14. So I was hearing for some of you, you could have been inspired to be on your path of being a light worker because of a counterpart connection. That could have had something to do with it. We have 29, wisdom. Learning, joy, art, music. The goddess Sarasvati, I don't know how to pronounce that, holds a musical instrument in 2 hands and extends her other arms outward in joy. She stands at the door to the temple, encouraging you to enter a new period of learning and exploration. This card heralds a time of deepening wisdom for you. It may be gained through personal investigation or through school or some other formal courses of study. Don't dismiss this potential for learning. There is profound gratification that comes from this pursuit, whatever the subject may be. It's possible that your path of study will relate to some form of art or music. If you have an interest in these or other creative endeavors, now would be the time to dive right in. Take a class, go to a museum, surround yourself with music and art forms that bring you joy. The swan represents the connection between the mind and the heart, and as I'm having a hard time reading right now. And as you open your mind to greater understanding and to joyous new experiences, your heart will glow with inner satisfaction. In addition, your life force will sing with beauty, grace, and irresistible attraction. And your affirmation, I always choose to learn and grow. The music and art of life inspires me. And we have friendship. Support, fun, unity, play. The 2 smiling young women on this card look out over the beauty of their homeland with joyous appreciation. The profound kindred connection they share is clearly a wellspring of ongoing support and happiness. This card is telling you that it's an important time to reconnect with friends and loved ones in order to experience a camaraderie and joint intentions of your soul group. There's a powerful vibration that comes from a connection forged in shared history, philosophy, and loving experiences. It is a palpable yet often unspoken union that brings deep feelings of support. This may or may not be the family of your youth, but when the resonance of these individuals vibrate in harmony, innocence, and enjoyment, you can rest assured that it is the family of your soul. You may have been feeling the need for support lately. If so, let yourself turn to those you know who will allow you to express all of your deepest desires and fears without judgment. Unite with others of like mind so that you can continue to support each other through good times and bad. This card also encourages you to get together with others for the simple intentions of fun and play. The times when you share these magical vibrations will spread the irresistible resonance of joy exponentially through your life and theirs. Always remember, you deserve to let go, to have fun, to come together with the happy souls that lift your energy and fill you with hope, comfort, laughter, and unbounded bliss. And your affirmation, I open myself to the supportive connections around me. I join in the fun and joy that these loving friendships can bring. So it could be that, by sharing your voice, it actually allows you to call in some of your star family and perhaps, some friends, some soul friends who understand you on a soul level. People who are like-minded individuals is what I'm hearing. All right, so we're going to get the Creator Oracle for some advice for you, and then we're going to end the reading. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a shuffle before I start actually shuffling. And then we'll give it an actual shuffle. So what do my creators need to hear, my light workers? We have rise. You hear that? Rise. I want to see what that's about. Ambush fear with your ferocious dreams. So bulldoze that fear. Fear is lower vibrational energy, and it does not want you to step into the light. So your fear will do anything to hold you back. It'll say anything to get you to stay. Your past supports your future. So it could be that something about your past, like maybe you've had a really rough upbringing. Maybe there's been things that have happened to you in your life that have all been building up to this moment. Light in the unexpected. So maybe you had some darker times that, you know, you were able to heal from, and now you're meant to be sharing your light about those dark times with others. Take it as it resonates. We have Creator Fire on the bottom. So 57. Rise, being ready to rise, rebirth, second chances, redos, new opportunities, stepping up to your potential, announcements. Interesting. You are ready. You feel it in your soul and you hear it in your heart. You are ready to step up and share your voice, unveil your brilliance, and run across the fields shouting your dream to the world. Reach out and reveal a piece of your plan and share a part of your magic. Think bigger this time. You are going to rise higher than you have ever risen before, so you're going to need a grander entrance. Give yourself permission to openly pursue a giant badass goal that you've got. As you let it loose and try it on for size, you'll untether the potential beyond anything that you can fathom. Start to ask, why not me? And realize that it's your turn to rise. If something is coming to a halt, or if you have recently suffered an unpleasant blow to your momentum, this card illuminates a time for second chances. You're being gifted a redo. I have chills again. You're being gifted a redo with all of the rebirth energy of the Phoenix. And this time, you get to decide just how far you fly. Take a moment to regroup and implement any changes that are needed. Then open your wings and rise. So the questions here to ask yourself: how hard are you on yourself? How are you keeping yourself down? Are you motivating yourself as much as you would others? That was huge for me. Once I had such a negative internal narrative dialogue, and when I started to do that to myself, I started to think of my children. And I would think, would I tell my child that? Would I speak to my child that way? And now I do that for everything. Even if someone is speaking badly towards me, I think, would I be okay with them talking to my child like this? Anyway, are you motivating yourself as much as you would others? I already read that. Are you rising up like a warrior and upping your inner dialogue and your self-love right along with your skills, your promotional materials, and your to-do list? Does your outer success match your inner glow? And I don't know why, but I believe I'm hearing a Rankins song. I believe it's by the Rankins. I'm, from the East Coast. I think they were from the East Coast. Maybe not. I don't know. Somebody, the Barrett McNeils or the Rankins, somebody is from the East Coast there. But I'm hearing that song, We Rise Again, whatever that song is. So let's see what you need to hear, my friends. Let's make room for 2 on each side here. So what do they need to hear, Spirit? We have Creator Air, and we have Imbalance. And I just heard a very specific message about possibly, for some of you, I keep hearing counterparts, and if you resonate with counterparts, by being more in balance and by getting on your soul's path and sharing your voice, it could help your divine masculine. Not everyone's going to resonate with that, but I needed to bring it up. We have 14, balance, patience, moderation, a perfect blend of activities, a happy balance, purpose and meaning, mixing ideas and people into a perfect brew. That is really interesting because we have welcome the divine masculine on the bottom of the deck. So it could be, you could resonate with counterparts. Maybe you've been the self-care message is too much focus on one thing. So you could be someone who's been very focused on your counterpart and not enough on your soul's journey or your soul's path. Ever elusive balance. You could drive yourself a little nutty chasing the perfect ratio of work, home, health, family, social life, hobbies, and woo time. And it's okay not to strive for such compulsive perfection. Sometimes chilling way the bleep out is exactly what's needed to usher in some desperately needed balance. Then again, you may be so complacent that your heart is begging for a healthier mix. And if this is you, and you'll know when it is, then the universe requires more consistent energy from you in order to deliver your dreams. Regardless of the situation, if you're feeling misaligned and out of whack, it's time to come back to center. Look for solutions in situations that feel grounded and calming. Avoid anything that will tip the scales and suck way too much of your time, energy, or money, or that will provide you with too much lazing around time, and actively seek the moderation of tasks and time. Step away from drastic and excessive and any imbalances that just don't feel right. Consistent introspection to see where you're lacking and where you're leaking energy will guide you to the middle ground that's required right now. Find long-term success through a measured blending of strengths, productivity, and stillness. Are there any self-critical not enoughs that are eating their way into your balance? Interesting. And we have creator air. You could be an air sign. Air is connected to logic, critical thinking, and the energy of the mind. It is the ruler of luck, the conscious mind, and all the things you know to be true. Its realm is the realm of beliefs and analysis and communication. What would air suggest you need to know about your current situation? And how can you connect to the cards that we've already pulled? How can your communication play a role in the solution? How is the energy of the mind, rational thought, supporting you right now? Imagine being an eagle. Feel the wind on your face. Notice the power and the grace of the invisible force that holds you in place. Get above your lifeline and then look into your future. You can see everything from up there. Where does the path lead? Maybe you'd prefer to be a hummingbird or a dragonfly. Anything airborne will work. Try drinking the wind. Go outside and notice your body being held in place by the wind and the air all around it. Wait to feel it on your lips and allow it to nourish your soul as it enters your lungs and then your blood and then your world. Ask it for healing or for a message. Feel how light and subtle the air is. It's so light, in fact, that it governs all things logical and intelligent. Tiny thoughts and pulses of energy are one of its power zones. It's also connected to the Fae, whatever that is, and to the, whatever that word is, and the angels. What intelligence would they whisper to you if you could hear them through the rustling of leaves or through the whooshing of wind? All right, let's keep going. 2 more. We have Your Soul Shines, which I believe came out in the last reading we did like this. How interesting. And this one. So we have repetitive messages here. So maybe you didn't listen the first time. Maybe you listened, but you didn't quite Listen. Connecting with source and opening of the seventh crown and, oh my gosh, the seventh crown or seventh or crown chakra. Sorry, I got excited. Allowing your soul to shine in the mundane, consistent practice, cleaning things up for some positive feng shui, happiness, and a bright outcome. Underneath the smog of a difficult day or the impatience of a frustrating situation, your soul is there doing its thing, shining. It may require some buffing and polishing of the exterior, and you may need to do some habit busting to sense it. You may need to expose your raw and tender underbelly to pinpoint it, especially if your shine is hiding under a few thickened layers of hard knocks or a self-destructive lifestyle. Sometimes we have our perspective so shifted that we can't see the shine in others, or worse still, we can't feel it in ourselves. Know that it's with you, bringing magic to the mundane, because we're all connected to source energy. I'm lisping over here. We are all connected to source energy and to cosmic grace. Your soul is always there, just shining through your flaws and your secrets. It's lovingly pushing through your insecurities and any positive affirmations you're working on, even the ones you aren't working on yet. And it's so proud of you. No matter where you are at, you are loved from the inside, from the soul side out. Decide to open up your connection to its ascension and get out of your own way by trusting that your brilliant soul will radiate peace in every room you walk into. You have that choice. It's waiting patiently for you to ask, because it will lead you whenever you're ready. And I was talking about my head was hurting, crown chakra possibly. Love more, laugh more, smile more. How can you bring this shine into your everyday? And we have bravely market your magic, 39. Bravery, honesty, taking a leap of faith in your advertising. Showing up as you and only you. Remember I talked about that. Sharing your essence with the world. What biz or life project are you working on that you feel compelled to courageously cast out into the world? Spiritual misfits, philosopher, poets, soulpreneurs, and creative catalysts, bravely market your magic. It is your gold, and as gold, it is fascinating and compelling, and people can't stop looking at it when it's shining from the heart. When you draw back the curtains and expose the true colors of your soul, it is blindingly brilliant and beautiful. Make no mistake, someone out there is looking for what you are offering, and they will be thrilled to find you when you are honestly sharing your unique magic. Unveil your weird, oh my gosh, I can't speak. Unveil your weird, your wonderful, and your quirky. It's normal for it to take a few years to find your way and to build your dream. So don't be so hard on yourself if the normal happens. Have patience and faith even when it feels vulnerable. Share of yourself honestly and always put your soul into your message. Not sure how to share your magic? Your unique essence and humanness is the right place to start. All right. So I know I said I was ending it there, but I'm feeling called to get a couple more because those last two came out, possibly even that one and that one came out in that other reading I did. So clearly someone needed to hear that message again. Okay, we have two right away. I swear that one came out too. You are magic and success and transformation. You are magic. Number one. Manifestation, innate skill, the power to bring your dreams to life, optimism, creativity and magic, wisdom and resourcefulness, a time to practice what you preach. You are magic. You are stardust in human form, and you could be divine feminine. You can bring your dreams to life, from your ability to envision your future to your ability to bring it to fruition through intentional action. You can co-create the magic of your reality by intermingling thought, will, desire, and doing. It's time to use your hands as a conduit for your energetic ideas and thought forms, and collaborate with the divine universe as you actively change the world around you. Create, make connections, write intentions, heal. Know that great strides and incredible progress are likely at this time, and that you already have everything you need to make this dream come alive. If you are feeling blocked, you may be scattering your resources instead of focusing on a specific goal. Make sure you aren't overshadowing your positive thinking with any underlying fears of failure or any unintentional thought patterns that are scrambling your vibe. Focus on your thoughts, and you are limitless. Do you feel the power running through your palms? And we have success and transformation, the end of one thing and the beginning of another, rebirth, ongoing growth, continuous improvement, transformation, and change. A major phase in your life is coming to a close, and a new beginning is coming into view. This natural cycle of death and birth will bring positive closure to a long-awaited cycle of completion. These endings are inevitable, and we must allow them to happen naturally. Radically reframe any imperfections or unsuccessful attempts that have led to this. It's okay to make mistakes along the way, so accept them as invaluable lessons that have shown you how to become more resilient and more accurate with each successive try. Lean in with a growth mindset. Yep, another freaking growth opportunity, and begin to identify which ingredients were missing. Then get ready to make some superstar upgrades, because continuous self-improvement is the key to transformation. One evolution leads to the next. We are never done learning about who we are, nor about who we are becoming. And because of this, it is never too late to start. You're not too late to make it. Let go of any old ideas and old ways of being, and be reborn into an extraordinary new opportunity. What was ending and what is beginning? How can you honor these two states of transition? Do you tend to rejoice in the new or lament in the past? Every great success story includes moments of rejection and mistakes before that wildly incredible step was taken. How have you transformed and transformed again in order to be ready for your big moment? How are you welcoming continuous improvement into your life? And what one thing can you do differently that would be a dramatic improvement over last time? So I'm gonna cut myself off here. I'm gonna get two more and then I'm gonna be done. So two more for my light workers. We have, I swear these cards are repeating from the last reading we did. We have Creator Air, but I'm going to get another one. Sorry, Creator Earth. That one is about, and we have Creator Water. Accept and receive. Fearless expression. Don't be afraid to share that voice, my friend. So accept and receive, and gratitude again. There goes snowplow. Nope, never mind, just a white van. I thought it was a snowplow. And now for some reason I'm seeing Homer Simpson. Anyway, Mr. Plow, anyway. Essential meanings: learning to accept love and praise, accepting your worth in order to bring prosperity into your life, accepting where you are today with a fierce knowing that things are improving. So you could be someone who has a hard time accepting compliments, accepting love, accepting gifts. I definitely am. I'm still working on it. It's time to accept and receive, sweet Creator. Learn to graciously open up to all of it. The praise and the compliments, love from others, help when it comes, and unusual or unexpected support that confirms the universe is opening up for you. Receive it. You are worthy. Know that it may not look exactly as you imagined it would, but rest assured its arrival is imminent. As you move towards your dream, look for serendipitous encounters with people who already know the way, and remain open to the idea that accepting an imperfect short-term situation is not the same as settling for less than you deserve for the long haul. Sometimes the most potent magic can be found in the unplanned pit stops. When we try to control exactly how the universe delivers our wishes, we can miss the small miracles that arrive in their stead. Be open to receiving remarkable alternatives and suggestions, and an extraordinary outcome that is better than you imagined it could be. Ask yourself, can I do, be, have, love, or live better? Challenge yourself to accept and receive more for your beautiful creator self. What do you need to receive more of in your life? Are you allowing others to help you? How easy is it for you to reach out and ask for a helping hand? What type of person would you love to meet today? And how could they help you on your journey? And then the last one, gratitude again. Gratitude for life, a new level of manifestation skills, witnessing small miracles, abundance and prosperity, mindset ascension. We live in a post The Secret world. And during the last decade, we've learned a lot about gratitude, positive thinking, and what's possible with the right mindset. There are still many people who believe magical thinking is a load of poppycock, and even more who are fence sitters who dabble now and then just in case it brings them $1 million check in the mail. So it's time to get real about gratitude. Again, every time we repeat something, we get better at it, right? Did you tie your shoelace the first time you tried to? Maybe you did, but lots of us had to practice that shizzle. Gratitude is your secret mindset shifter. And engaging in a thankful perspective, long term, will shift how wonderfully rich your life is. Like sacred geometry spiraling from the center of a plant, gratitude grows in strength exponentially each and every time it spirals. Learning to live in a state of being grateful is part of your sacred story. Let go of any lackluster attempts you've experienced and call abundance into your life. This is part of your medicine. And I'm telling you, the more you show gratitude for things, even very small things, the more the universe gives it to you. I imagine, like, for some reason I'm seeing Veruca Salt, is that her name, from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Where every time her father gave her something, she was like, but I want more. I want it to be better. I want it to be bigger. I don't want that. I want the golden goose. I want a golden egg. So just imagine, like, every time, and I've taught this to my kids, that every time something happens, like, imagine how she always complained when she was given something. Given something. Do you think it made her father want to give her more? Probably not. So when we complain about how our manifestations are coming up, or we complain about something the universe put in our way, it doesn't make the universe or spirit guides, whatever it is that you believe in, want to give us more. But when you start showing gratitude for the small moments, for the happy accidents, for the blessings, you get more and more of them, in my experience. And I used to think it was a bunch of poppycock, you know? I'm someone, when I was younger, who only believed in a higher power when I needed help or when I needed a miracle. I was a fence sitter. Anyway. I'm going to end it there. But yes, so just that gratitude thing, for some reason when I was reading the card, I was seeing someone putting their self out there and then, like, judging how many views they're getting or how many likes. And rather than looking at it like, oh, I only got, 2 likes on that video, or I only got 100 views. Switch that. Flip that script. I got 100 views. That's amazing. 100 people watched my video, 2 people liked my video. That's amazing. That means that 2 people enjoyed the message that I had to share. Think of it that way. Anyway, I'm going to go now. So I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I will see you again. Bye.